Right. Starting again. Hello guys. In the last stream, we looked at the implementation of the WebDriver package. This time, we will work on the stock notifier again, which I started in my first stream. So let's look at this. So basically, what I want to do is I want to improve this code because I've added a lot of hacks that I just put in quickly. Amazon decided to start showing that there is something in stock, even though it's like at a very high price. So I essentially want to grab this price and check whether it's low enough for me to actually get a notification. So that's what we'll be doing. But before I start, let's just go back to this and sorry. Let's go back to this and let's tweet about it. Working. Actually, I can show you this guys. It's just my Twitter. Starting is another live stream. We'll be working on the WebDriver package, stock notifier, and Nimble. And what is my Twitch? No! That's not what I wanted to do. My God. I have to write it again. What a fail. Can't even remember what I've written. Live streaming yet again. Enhancing. There we go. And let's retweet on the Nim Twitter as well. That's in another tab or another screen. Okay, awesome. 5 people watching already. So yeah, I'll begin by fixing some things in the stock notifier script because it's getting way too hacky, like all this crap here. It needs to be fixed. So, and then afterwards, I will get it to use WebDriver, get it to actually load the page using WebDriver, and grab the source code of the page and then do it that way instead of just using HTTP client. At least for Amazon, I think Argos is fine. And then we also clean up the code a bit because there's lots of repetition. It's a bit of a mess, even though it's only 75 lines. Oh, and before I forget, let me zoom in. Maybe not that much. Yeah, that looks perfect. Yeah, so let's do it. So, first things first. Let's verify that this is the correct element that I'm looking at. Come on, Firefox. Price block or price. I can probably just... no, I'll just use a nice regular expression. Show you guys how those are made. And then we'll get to integrating it with WebDriver. I think for WebDriver I'm going to have to enhance it a bit as well, but we'll see. Okay, so let's import the RE module, which is the regular expressions module. We want to match, basically want to match this, so let's do pattern RE. I guess we're going to have to skip this, and to be honest, this is pretty horrible as well. I mean, I'm scraping Amazon here. You probably don't want to do this if you're I mean, if you're just making a quick script like I am, then it's fine, but otherwise it's a bit dirty, and it's sure to fail very quickly. But anyway, yeah, that's the sound of my stock notifier giving me notifications that there's stock when there isn't. So let's look up how to use the RE module. So that's where we're going, and we probably won't find we want the matches thing. Why is somebody highlighting me on IRC? Oh, okay. Thank you for the advertisement, Kuvin. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so apologies for that. Okay. So yeah, we'll be finding something in a string, getting a regex pattern, and then matches, and then that should work. Why is this complaining? What? What are you talking about? That, what? Oh, I know why. Wow, that's really weird. I think this is happening because RE actually introduces a raw string literal, which has slightly different rules for escaping. It's literally just double quotes to escape quotes, and everything else is fine. Oops. So, okay, I'll call you Frederick. There it goes, giving me a notification again. Okay, so content.find. So actually we need a matches, an array of matches. We only have one. Well, is the global match counted in this? I guess it is, so we want 2, right? I guess we'll see. So content.find pattern matches, and I think that's fine. Let's just see. Gives us an int. If it does not match, nothing is written to matches and -1 is returned. So if is not -1, then let's just try this. Price equals matches 1. Okay, let's just echo it and see what happens. And let's give like a default price. Price equals something large by default, and then price is less than, let's say 90.0. It's actually a float. So 0.0. Regular expression still needs escaping the quotes for match. Does it? Sure about that? Maybe I'm just... I don't use regular expressions much because I dislike them, but I'm pretty sure you don't have to escape. You know what, I'm just gonna kill. I'm just gonna kill this because it just keeps giving me notifications and it's quite annoying. Okay. Yeah, I wanna try this. See what happens. No, you don't need to escape it. See, it matches the character double quote. I don't think it is. I don't think it's... maybe it is. Well, this one must be escaped, it seems. Yeah, see, it works. So, I don't think I need to skip quotes. I need to skip the slash though. So, do it like that. Okay, let's try it. See what happens. Ah, see, this is exactly why I developed a WebDriver package. So now I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I'm gonna have to wait for it to do its thing. We may as well work on the WebDriver package while it does its thing. So let's do that. WebDriver, okay. So we basically have a nice API developed. I think Andreas was complaining about my API a while back. Can't remember what he was saying, but let me see. What do I have here? So we've got a new WebDriver, that's fine. We tell it the URL. We have a create session. And while we're here, let's give it some nice documentation. So in Nim, you document procedures by just putting double hashtags, double hash characters, double sharp characters. I don't even know what the proper name for them is. I think it is just hash characters, isn't it? Yeah, so double hash characters, and then you just type in your documentation. So creates a new browsing session, I think. Maybe we should check out the spec. WebDriver, create a new session, that's what we want anyway. Come on, take me to where I want you to go. Okay, there we go. Creates a new session. Well, yes, thank you for that. But does it is it like a new browsing session? I think so. I'm just gonna assume it is. That's what it seems like. Oh yeah, you're probably, well, you're most likely right, Frederick. Some most definitely do. Yeah, by the way, Pmonch, you should get an account on Twitch so you can talk there and so other people can see what you're saying. I see you're saying that you don't want to sign away your privacy. Anyway, it would be really handy if you did get an account, because it's just easier for me. Anyway, so create session creates a new browsing session. That's a pretty lame documentation for it, but And then we can, I'm curious if we can create multiple sessions and then make them navigate to different URLs. I think we should test this for fun. instruct the browser to navigate the specified session to the this is a bit convoluted. Instructs the browser to navigate specified session instructs the session to navigate to the specified URL. Let's just write that. And retrieves the current the specified sessions. The specified sessions page source. Yeah, so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when I do this. All right, session 2, and let's make it go to, I don't know, the Nimble website, right? Somebody else is highlighting me on IRC. Yeah, that's true. Twitch chat is already IRC, so I think you can just join it by just connecting to IRC. But I think you might still need a Twitch account for that. Anyway, let's try this, see what happens. And also let's see if this has gotten... No, apparently didn't even get a match, which is a shame. Who's highlighting me? Just get an account. Just get a Twitch account. Come on. It's not... You can even probably log in with like Twitter or something else that you might have, like Facebook. If you have that. Anyway, let's try this. So we need to run our Gecko driver. And then we can run our WebDriver. Dun, 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 dun. Cool, it seems to be working. Okay, so it's navigated to my website, and then it failed. So apparently you cannot create multiple sessions. That's a bit weird. That's very weird, in fact. Why is that how it works? Why is that? So, okay, I think a session is essentially a window. That's what this suggests. But then why can't you have multiple windows? That would be nice. Can I have multiple tabs? If not, then that's a bit of a shame. Send screenshot, take screenshot, add cookie, element click, that's pretty cool. I wonder what these frames are. Current top level browsing context or a child browsing context of the current browsing context. Right. No idea what those are. Oh well, let's just use one session. Let's not worry about it too much. Suddenly the sun has come out and is blinding me. You wouldn't think that would happen in Ireland. Apparently it does. People discussing things in IRC still. Yeah, I needed to use my like a variation of my nickname. I had to use D0M96 instead of Dom96 because somebody took Dom96. So that's annoying. But oh well. Not so bad. Okay. So this is annoying. Why is this not matching? Content defined is not -1. Strange. Very strange. Why oh why? You know what I'm gonna do? Because I do have examples of this. Let's just create a new file, import re. Doesn't even know that it's an nim file yet. Stock notifier test.nim. And our content is gonna be read file. Probably don't need that, but read it anyway. And let's just pick up one of these files because I've been saving. Let's just make sure that it's got our current, what is it called? Price block our price. Yeah, it's got it. Cool. So let's do that. Let's see what happens. Yeah, screw, let's just kill this. Couldn't read the file apparently. Why not? Why? Why can't you? Oh, because it didn't get the dot. Stupid VS code 887153. Yeah, the string slash operator is the best. Oh my god. Seriously, son? Why? So annoying. Straight in my face. Okay, there we go. It's a bit better. Yeah, so it's not finding a match for some reason. Weird. Very weird. What if I literally use VS Code's regular expression matching? No? Okay, well that could possibly be why. Still nothing. What? Why? Okay, that works. So plus... Oh no, it did. Did it work and I just didn't notice? Apparently. What about with a... Yeah, that does work. That also works. That also works. So you've got no excuse. Why? You mean, are you talking about this, Frederick? I don't think that matters. So, like, I could also have a sequence here, I think, and it would maybe still work, maybe not. But I don't think that the amount that you have matters. Like, if I do one here, I mean, okay, let's try it, but yeah, it doesn't work. So this is annoying. Fucking hell. Sorry, I shouldn't be swearing. Is it because I need to find all? Is it because I somehow need to tell it to match globally? But if that's the case, I will actually RE extended, RE study. RE extended, study the expression, maybe admitted the expression will be used only once. Why is this not working, guys? Why is regular expression matching in Nim so difficult? I feel like I need to fix this. Like, this is just... I bet it's something to do with this stupid thing. Let's just do RE study. Yep, that's exactly why. It's because RE extended is there by default. Like, seriously? Can we change this, Andreas? Oh wow, my viewer count went over its size. That's awesome. Let's hope that ODS doesn't crash if I change the size of it. 250. There we go. All good. Yeah, thank you for joining us, guys. I'm gonna create an issue for this. I'm guessing Andreas has his reasons for the way that it works. In fact, I'm guessing that this is already in the issues. Turn off made by me. Of course it is. Should I just fix it? Should I? I should just fix it. But for this kind of thing, I need Andreas's approval, because regular expression library is his baby. Is Andreas watching the stream? No? You know, I'm just gonna create a pull request. Because I want that sweet Hacktoberfest t-shirt. So let's get pull. Let's create a new branch. Fixes. What's the 5627? Boom. And let's open. Yeah, let's just switch in this window. So fixing standard library bugs again. re.nim. Is this actually in our... Yep, it is. And this is an easy fix. Note that Nim's extended raw string literal supports the syntax as a short form. Yep. The RE study flag, however, I think is fine. Study the expression. Yeah, that seems good to me. Cool. And that should be it. That should be entirely it. Android branch, yep. Remove RE extended from RE constructor. Fixes 5627. There we go, fixed. All good. So let's switch back to our stock notifier, and then we create a pull request. This catches out way too many people, including myself. There we go. Pull request created. I'm reading the IRC chat. Yeah. I guess. I mean, you have to do the forking to your own account and stuff. Yeah, but forking isn't that difficult. It's like you just press the button. You can also like if I needed to get a fork, you don't have to reclone it. You can just do git remote add fork, and then instead of doing git push set upstream origin, you just do git push set upstream fork, and then it'll just push it to your fork. So it's not. I mean, it's a bit of a extra step, but it's not that bad. Yeah, so now that we've got this, we can probably... No, I don't have my undo history. Of course I don't. Why would I? So with my changes, this works. Nice. And this, of course, means I can close this. And yeah, there is only one match group, so you were right about that. You have to keep remembering which branch belongs where and so on. I suppose that's true. Okay, so this should work. So matches 1 will have my... Did I change the docs? Though they have... No, they don't. Oh, okay, maybe it does. The RE proc defaults to the extended regular expressions like those trees like it's really to make your use readable. However, where does it say that? Can easily change this though. Come on. So it's at the very top. Let's just remove this then. Because nobody reads this stuff. I mean, sorry, but I guessed. The only reason I was able to fix it is because of a good guess, right? So let's just remove that. Actually, while we're at it, let's put this in the change log. RE extended is no longer default for the RE constructor empty RE module. Yep, all good. Yeah, sorry, but I mean, when I was trying to figure it out, I didn't read it. So, I mean, eventually I probably would have checked it out, but who knows how long that would have taken. So, let's just do commit amend. Oh shit, I need to actually add this stuff. Git add, you, boom. And there we go, a beautiful, simple, single commit PR with no useless extraneous commits. Okay, so where were we? Let's go back to stock notifier. And yeah, what was I doing here? I was gonna do this. So price equals parse float matches 1, and then we wanna skip the first character because that's gonna be the pound sign. Then we go to the end. That's how the end is defined in Nim with the little hat thingy-majig. And it should work. We really need to... let's just remove this shit. Let's remove that and let's compile and run it. Do that. What? 47? Oh, huh. That's cool. Check so that compile time. Oh my god, of course, because the pound sign is Unicode, so it's like... Oh my god. So it's multiple characters. Okay, well... There we go. That'll work. And Amazon is complaining now. It must be like rate limiting because... I mean, why would they... Why else would they give a 503? Unless I'm actually breaking their code, which would just be really lame. But anyway. Let's commit this. Oh god, I need to remove these files, I think. Amazon, yes. Remove. Amazon 503. Remove. There we go. And yep. Check price on Amazon because it's being annoying. This is a side project. It doesn't need great commit messages. Why is the Unicode module needed? I don't really know what I would use it for in this case. I mean, I guess I can. I wonder if it has a. I guess we can explore this. This avenue. Wow, 16 people watching. Thank you for visiting. So is there like a rune substring? There we go. I could use this probably. Little spelling mistake there. Edit. I wonder if this works. Edit devil. Cool, that does work. If I use rune len, then it'll give me 1 because that's what the length of the actual rune is, I think. So I can't use rune len. Okay. Seems like the delay isn't too bad as well, which is nice. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think this is fine. Okay, so what I think we'll need for checking Amazon with WebDriver is I think we'll need like find element, or yeah, find element probably, because we've got the ID of the element. So let's implement this. Find element command is used to find an element, blah 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 blah. And what does it take? Oh great, it doesn't tell me what it takes. Let location strategy be the result of getting a property called using. If location strategy is not present as a keyword in the table of location strategies, return error. Table of location strategies. Locator strategies. That's pretty cool. You can use XPath as well. That's awesome. But how do I form the JSON to give it? Element retrieval. Reading specs sure is fun, isn't it? Wow, 17 people watching now. Thank you guys for coming. There's surely some people who don't know what Nim is. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. Or, check out the website, nim-lang.org, to learn more about it. So, what is this? This is interesting. Element interactability. This is so... Okay, maybe this will give me a hint. CSS selector strategy. Huh, that's cool. Keyword, CSS selector. The result of getting a property called using. It's selector. Ah, I think I know how to do it. Do you know what you are reading the recommendation for browser developers? Do you mean that? Do you know that you are reading the recommendation for browser developers? Yes, I do. But do you have any better suggestions? If you can find me a better thing to read, then please. But actually, this is kind of clear. We just need a using JSON object. Well, we need a JSON object with a using field and a value field. So that's pretty cool. So we can actually use multiple strategies to find elements as well, which is really awesome. So Let's implement it. Find element. Self is going to be session. And question is, what do we want to return? Add the Nim website in the channel description. That's a very good idea. Let me do that. Let me do that. Just that precisely. Oh, come on. Dashboard. Where is my channel description? That is the question. Because I have no idea. Channel feed. Channel. I don't want to watch it. Just want to. Channel feed. And now it's playing my own video. Great. Thanks for that. I don't know. I find the Twitch interface really, really confusing. Oh, okay. So I can add Nim. In this stream, I am coding in the Nim programming language. For more information about Nim, check out .org. There, that should, I hope, do it. So, why not just do a YouTube live stream? Well, personally, I dislike YouTube. So, plus Twitch is just, you know, more hipster and cool and yeah, I don't know. I could stream to both at the same time. That would kill my bandwidth. No, it doesn't have any rules that limit its use to games. I mean, there's a programming community on Twitch. Jonathan Blow, the game developer that created the Witness and Braid live streams, his language is compiler development, so anyway, I added a description to the channel. I added like a panel. I don't know if that's useful. Let's continue. So, it'd be really cool to return like a DOM element, which we actually have in the standard library, I think. The thing is, let's just return a string for now, and let's see what it actually gives us. Why did that just? What? Why? Why are you indenting by 4? What a freaking stupid. Oh, that's fine because I don't have an equals here. That's still really annoying though. Yeah, so find element. So again, there's going to be lots of repetition here. Let request URL, and in this case we are wanting element, and we are posting, so we want post content, and we also want request object, and as we can see here, we want using, and then this is going to be one of the location strategies. So that's interesting. So what we'll do is, let's codify this, right? So strategy, and this is going to be a location strategy, which I will define here. So location strategy is going to be an enum, and it's going to have what? CSS selector, link text selector. Yordanico, I know that I've got that set. Oh, you can't see it because of the chat, but I do have that set. See, but no, it's just because I didn't have the equals. Anyway, link text selector, partial link text selector. What even is this? But rather than matching the entire string, only a substring needs to match. Ah. Selector expression. That's really cool. Partial text selector. Tag name. I'm just going to give them all selectors at the end. And finally, XPath selector. Okay. And let's go for the default. Let's make the default CSS selector. And let's just remove this type here since it's, yep. So, okay, so we're gonna need to assign this to it. At least I think I can do that. No, I think I need to do actually something like this in Nim. Actually, no, let's just not do it that way. Let's do create a new proc for it. So two keyword, since that's what the spec calls it. And returns a string, and case strategy of CSS selector is going to be this one of let's just do this. The reason I have selector postfix to all of them is because I'm not going to make this enum a pure enum, so you'll just be able to write CSS selector without any prefix, and I think writing CSS would just be a bit, I mean, I don't know. I think CSS selector just seems better. And yeah, I know I can do an array. I suppose. I mean, a case daemon is just as good. What do you mean pure enums aren't limited anymore? What does that mean? Again, is enum value from pure enum without specifying full enum type name. What? You mean I can make an enum pure and I don't have to specify the prefix? What's the point in them then? What's the point of making them pure? That's what the is this really how it works? I'm sorry, but that to me sounds really silly. Like there's no point then. No point in the distinction. Andreas needs to see, the problem with having a chat here is that I can't click these links. But anyway, I think Pmunch is right. Fine, I'll just do this. Why is this white now? What is wrong with VS Code? That annoys me now, but this is white. Why? Why is that white? Is it because it's all capitals? Oh my goodness. That's definitely a bug in VS Code. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. No, what? I don't... What are you saying? I'm sorry, I'm just gonna continue. I'm just gonna get back to selector then and continue on, because this is just getting annoying. Shaking my head. Okay. Strategy. And then value is going to be our selector, so it's going to be a string. And it looks like I need to do this. Okay, that should work. Oh, okay. Sure, why not? Wow, I can feel the slowness of VS Code while I'm streaming. In fact, when I scroll, the CPU usage spikes up like a lot. Look. I mean, okay, that makes sense because I'm streaming, right? So it has to send more data. Silly me. It's not VS Code's problem. Never mind. Okay. Oh, you're saying that my convention is wrong as well. It should be CSS selector. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Okay. So, yeah. So this should be fine. Selector is undefined, return error with error code. If the current browsing context is no longer open, return error with error code, no such window. Its start node will be the current browsing context document element. Start node is null, return error with blah blah But result would be the result of trying to find with start node location strategy and selector. Alright, let's just see what it returns. Okay. Find element, and we want I already changed it. See? Already changed. Okay. Right, what do I need? I need this. Let's just do this for a second. And then this is a ID, so we do that. And let's just discard it for now. And let's grab Amazon URL. Whoops. There we go. What are you complaining about here? Again, I can't click that link because why is this not working? Response to body. Oh, because this is silly me. Cool. Thank you for sending it to me on IRC. That's a real help. Yeah, but what? I mean, this is practically the same. It's not like it's not that much of a difference between a case statement. You know, in fact, this is even less lines technically. So, sorry, but I'm keeping it like it is. Right, let's try this. See what happens. It's going here. Yeah, the dot. Nice. What? What? What the hell is this? That's... What is this? Is your Danico's more optimized? Do you have benchmarks to prove it? It probably is, but I wouldn't be surprised if the case statement is optimized by the compiler as well. Okay, so this works. Except that it gives me some interesting ID, which I'm gonna have to look into this again. So what result will be the result of trying to find, so what is the result? Let's just look at this. Maybe this will have a... Okay, so it gives us an element ID, and then I can grab things from... Okay, so that's pretty cool. So all we have to do now is define another object called element. And again, it's going to have an ID. And this ID, so what is this? Why? What is the key and what is the... This, I don't know. Presumably this is the ID. Presumably. And then find element from element. Find elements from element. Is element selected? We want the element text and elements and keys. What the hell is this? I think the element text would be enough. Maybe get element property as well, but not get element text. Seems good to me. Let's grab that. But first of all, we need to return. So we've got this really interesting thing here. And I just noticed that it's kind of annoying that everyone has the same color in my chat. I don't know why. But maybe I'll fix that for next time. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna loop through this stuff. So let's do resp object parse JSON resp, and then we're gonna do for field value in resp object value. Well, first of all, let's do some error handling as always, as is tradition in this file. Is nil, then can we do this? Who's highlighting me on IRC? Yeah, I was gonna do that, but are you sure that works? I thought you need to like... Oh, I see Solitude SF has a different color. So apparently Twitch is really bad at colors. Well, that's nice that it works, but this is just really like grasping at straws here. I don't think it matters that much. Get fields. Yep, and then pairs, I think, is what we want. And pairs iterator, which will iterate through a table, because this gives us a table. See, the return type. Oh, here. There's an ordered table, and then we can do pairs. And pairs gives us, yep, exactly what we need. Gives us a tuple of the key, which is the field, and the value. So, actually, can we just use value? Let's just use key value. Okay. And this is just going to be 1, actually. So, could I not just... Can I grab the first... the first key from an ordered table. Take. Add init table, index by, and get getter default. Take the table from. Doesn't look like I can. Just the fact that I'm scrolling means the CPU is going crazy. I bet you can hear it. Okay, it's not in here. So how should we do this? It's always just going to be one, so we can just assume this. Return element ID. It's going to be value, and that's how we do it. Oh, okay. Get string, and that's how we do it. Yes, table is a dictionary, but there is a concept of an ordered table as well, which is what the JSON module uses. Okay, what is it complaining about? Got element, but expected, oh, of course. There we go. So now we can implement this text. How should we call this? Get text? Yeah, why not? And then the only thing is we need a session, so we need to store the session object in here. Self element string, grab this session session ID element ID. So actually this is going to be self.session.driver self.session.id and then self.id and text. And then I'm guessing where's JSON? I'm gonna have to refactor this at some point because it's there's a lot of duplication here. Oh, my back hurts. Oh. Okay. And then again, self.session.driver client, and then return response object value and probe. This is probably gonna be it. Find element dot get text. And if this works, then I think that's all we need. Let's kill it, run another one. Let's run this. See what happens. And it's, yep, it seems to be. Yeah! Look at this, guys. Is that awesome or what? I think it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so we've got our proof of concept. Let's commit this stuff. implemented element finding using various strategies. Push that. Yay. Glad you guys are happy. And now let's do some refactoring. So, as you must have noticed, there's a lot of duplication here. A lot of duplication. Really, there's two types of requests. This one is probably the most complicated one. But then these ones are kind of, yeah. Let's just refactor this maybe. Call it check response. Yeah, and it will give us a response object because it's nice like that. Let's put it maybe somewhere at the top. Check, what do we call it? Check response. Response, and it'll give us a JSON object. Result equals parse JSON response, and if result, then we do this. Otherwise, it's all good. Okay, apparently that's not what it's called. JSON node. Duh. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. So now let's replace this and this. And yeah, that's a small little refactoring, but I believe it'll still work. Actually, let's do this. Let's time it to see how long it takes. I'm curious. Because it has to launch the web browser, and the website has to load in the web browser, it has to render all of it. Okay, so 10 seconds. It's not bad. It's a bit slow, but certainly not too bad. Where am I using get bval? Where? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Am I using it anywhere else? I don't think so. Okay. Let's commit this and small refactoring. Okay. What is using so much of my CPU? Why is it fanning? Oh, okay. This seems to be nothing. And now we are ready to move on to the stock notifier. Sorry, grab me something to eat. So I'm hoping this doesn't end up taking way too long. Or not making any difference as well. Like if I still get 503s with Firefox, then there really is not much point in using it. Which would be a very big shame. Look how many we already got since last time. Okay, so let's do it. Requires WebDriver. And actually, since we're being good, let's tag a release for WebDriver. I'll show you how to do that. So basically, the way this works is you want to make sure that your Nimble file has the version you're tagging. So 0.1.0, git tag a v0.1.0, boom, version 0.1.0. You write that, push with tags, and you've got version 1.0.1.0. By the way, yes, you can write all 3 requirements on one line, but indeed I like readability, so I just put them on different lines. Because why not? Okay. So now we import WebDriver, and we'll see how well this works. So who's highlighting me? Oh, okay. So yeah, we can mostly remove this code, almost all of it really. So let's do it. So first, let's just check, let's just copy the code here from the example, because that's what we'll be using anyway. There we go. And obviously we don't need this. We can grab the, so let content equals session dot get page source, beautiful, and let price equals that. Yeah, we can probably remove that at some point. Fix it up. Attempting to call declared routine get text. Don't tell me I forgot to export that. No, I didn't. Huh. Why? Oh, is it? Oh, I know why. What we should be doing is have a nice Nimble develop package. And now it should work. There we go. Brilliant. So let's call this price string. Let's remove this stuff. Let's call this price. And yeah, has no typo. Duh. Price string. We'll undoubtedly get an error at some point when this element doesn't exist. So I think we're gonna have to test that, but for now, let's just see what happens with this. Should be interesting. Stock notifier. Let's kill it and run it. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's running Firefox. It's opening the page. It's loading. And yeah, it seems to have worked. Okay, that's cool. I am sort of curious what happens when I try to find an element that doesn't exist. So we need to go back to this. I need to check that. So whoop, try that. This is going to tell me that it's not ready. I wonder if there's a way to close a session. I think that's what we would need as well. There's a way to delete a session, I think. Yeah, just delete it, and then maybe that's what I should do. If there's any top-level browsing context associated with the current session, terminates the connection, finally closes the current session. Yeah, let's do that. So let's just copy this. Guessing is just going to return an empty value if it succeeds. And yep, we just delete, which, does that exist? Nope. Delete exists, not something. Apparently it does not. Oh man. Guess I should add this to the standard library, huh? Well, shit. Where is my request? Not this one. This one. What? HTTP method and takes a string. Okay. Guess we can do that. HTTP method. Yep, that's the next one. No, there is a... It's an HTTP core, of course it is. There we go. Will this work? Yep, it will. Awesome. So we're gonna have to check. Whether it gave it 200? Okay, I guess. Maybe not. This is fine. See what happens. Session.close. Okay, it's launching it. Waiting for it to load. And... Huh. Oh, because I changed it, didn't I, to test it. Yeah. 404 not found. That's pretty cool. It uses like... That's really cool. So... So what we can do here is do the post, and if resp.status equals http 404, then we raise a or what should we do? Should we raise an exception when it can't find the when it cannot find the element, or should we like? Nah, I think we may as well just use options. And then return like a non-option. So option non-element. Otherwise, we return some element. Is that what it's called? Yep, I think so. Declared element value. Why is this failing? Ah. But then if responseless status is not HTTP 200, then we raise an exception. WebDriver exception and responseless status. So this is going to break the API already. Yeah. Let me see how the options module works. I don't use it very often, but I suppose there's a tutorial and everything. How do I like apply? Map, okay. Yeah, I mean, I may as well just do get. I don't really care if it crashes here. But now let's just test the closing. Cool. So it does exactly what I thought it did. So does this mean I can run it again? And it'll work without me having to restart Gecko driver? Yep, it does. Awesome. So yeah, that's exactly what we needed. And yeah, this will work. We check for close. Do we check the response? Yes, we do. That's fine. And yeah, let's up the version since we've broken something. Find element returns option element. Now that close. And this is basically how you release a new version of a Nimble package. You just tag a new version. But as I've said, it's... What the fuck? Why is it... Oh, okay. I was just really confused why I was opening another Firefox instance, but I just realized that I'm still running this, and that's why. What was I saying? Yeah, so when you want to release a new version of your Nimble package, just always make sure that your Nimble version is updated before you tag it. Otherwise, Nimble will complain. So there we go, version 0.2.0, and git push, and then git push -- tags you want to do as well. Just to push those tags, and yeah, that should work now. So let's do it a bit differently here. Let element if element dot is sum. Let me do this. Yeah, it would be nice if there was a way to use the value of element kind of in a nicer way than using a callback or map. Like, I don't really want to do that. But and then the price needs to be yeah, let's just do this. I mean, but yeah, but like a default value. And we need to import options as well. There we go. And then, of course, we need to close. So can I actually do... Can I do defer... No, sorry. Defer session.close here? Apparently I can. Awesome. Or maybe not. Oh, okay. Like this? Yep, apparently I can do that. Awesome. Let's try that then. Oh, I'm not running the Gecko driver. And let's run it. Yeah, it's working. If you want to see. And it's still loading, so... And there, it goes. Closes just like that. So I see that Benny is asking me on IRC what the stock notifier is. It's basically a way for me to check for when this comes back into stock at the normal price. This thing is worth like £70, right? And they're trying to sell it at 160 because it's in such high demand. So I just want to get a notification when it's finally in stock at a lower price, because this is just ridiculous. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I wanted to do for that. It should just continue working, I hope. And I don't want to bore you guys anymore with WebDriver. So I think what I'll do is take a short break, get some tea, And then maybe I'll show you guys how to develop something something new in Nimble. And I think what I'll do is I'll develop the check command, which should actually be really simple. But yeah, gonna take a little break. Let me just read the Twitch chat. Yeah, a lot of debugging in Python. I know what you mean. And I do want to add more websites to this as well, because there's like, let me see, stock notifier. No? Well, there's like game and stuff that has it. And I want to check their site for stock as well. SNES Classic. But it's just, it's boring shit, right? I mean, you guys don't want to see me doing that. Because it's literally just scraping this again. So I'll just do it in my own time. I'll show you guys how to develop some nice new Nimble features in a while. Hopefully that will be interesting. For now, I'm going to go and get some tea. I'll be back soon. So, see you guys soon. Okay guys, I am back. Thank you for sticking around. So let's quickly commit this and then we can get going. It's not all I want you to do. Somebody's highlighting me in IRC. Asking me how old I am. Quite a personal question to ask someone, don't you think? Anyway, I was gonna do this. Amazon. Remove this crap again. Yep. And yep. Use WebDriver to query Amazon. Awesome. So that's done. And I'm already starting to notice that it's slightly annoying that it opens up a brand new instance of Firefox every single time. It's just doing it now. And yes, I did get my tea. Still too warm to drink, sadly. Struggle is real. Anyway. Whoa. Just saw my stream go from green to red for a second. That's interesting. Might have been a hiccup there in my network. Okay, so let's do what I promised, which is implement a new feature in Nimble. So we've got, let's just close this one and let's switch this one to Nimble. And so this is going to be interesting. Let's go into the Nimble directory and check things out here. Status, a lot of test binaries. Why is my CPU once again being really... For some reason nimsuggest has decided to start using a lot of my CPU. That's not good. So I'm just gonna kill it. Okay. So what are we doing? Branches behind, merge master with the commits. Yeah, let's pull. First of all, just readme changes, that's fine. And yeah, so first thing that I think would be nice to start out with is the documentation for this. So, oh wow, somebody certainly. And what am I looking for here? I don't know, Nimble version, where's this stuff? Nimble path. Okay. So this is going to be quite an important command. What is using so much CPU? My goodness. Okay, seems to be fine now. Yeah. Got Nimble develop here. Nimble install, of course, Nimble refresh. Let's just pop it right up here. Right, so Nimble check. The check command will read your packages.nimble file. It will then verify that the package's structure is valid. Example. Nimble check. Package gesture is 100% valid. I don't know, I'll probably change this message. So how do we implement this? Basically, this will be a way for people to check if, for example, their package structure is incorrect. So yesterday when I was creating the package structure for WebDriver, that would have been really useful. So first thing to do is to close these directories because we don't need them. And look into where the commands are implemented. Okay, this is annoying. Every time the stock notifier is launching Firefox, it opens up above my OBS screen. It could be worse, it could be opening up on my main screen, but still it's very distracting. Yeah, so we need to find where commands in Nimble are implemented. And so let's look for all these files, right? What's likely to implement them? Well, CLI is likely to implement them, sure, command line interface, and unfortunately it doesn't. The CLI module implements basically the logic to display pretty messages that Nimble outputs. So it's not in there. It's in options, actually, where we parse each of the action types, which are commands. So an action is like build or install or path or whatever. So all we need to do to implement our check command is add check in here, action check, and then we need to define this one as well. So let's go up here and just add it to this enum. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Action check. And then we also need to add it into the action object variant. So what does it want? It doesn't really want any parameters, I think. I don't think it makes sense for people to check other packages validity. Even if it does, let's just keep it simple for now. And it won't take any parameters. It'll just assume that your package is in the current directory and it'll validate it. Okay, why is this? Okay, it's gone. Cool. So then we should add it into our help. So let's maybe put it right below the develop here. Verifies the validity of a package in the current working directory. Yeah, it might be. But for now, let's just keep it simple. Why is there so much white space at the end here? Okay, and that should really, I think, be it. Okay, I think we need to also handle it in, because I've got lots of cases here. Again, this is just going to be here. Action check. Where else? Custom. Okay, I think this is fine. Parse argument. Parse flag. We don't want any flags for this command for now. Yeah, that should be it for that. And then our main file, nimble.nim, not this, our main file is where these are actually used. So at the very bottom of it, there's a big case statement. Yeah, I know what you mean, Frederick. So maybe I'll extend it afterwards to include that functionality as well. But like I said, let's keep it simple for now. Okay. So straight after action develop, we can add another branch of action check. And then we can call check with our options. And we're going to have to define this. So we can define it just above here. Cross check, options, options. Almost every single procedure in the Nimble source code takes an options argument. There's a lot of useful things in options, like the Nimble directory path and some other state information. It's basically like a big state, like a big object that contains lots of Nimble state. Yeah, so it's implemented. Validates a package in the current working directory. So there's already a function that does this, I think, a validate package function somewhere. From what I remember, it's most likely in package info. So let's open it. But if it's not in here, actually, let's search for it. I don't really search often, but let's search for validate. Why is it searching? Oh my god. Let's just remove this. That's ridiculous. Oh there, where is it? I think I just use that for testing, really. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's fine if I remove it. Nimble there. There we go. Now my search is so much nicer. Yeah, so validate package name, validate version, validate package list, validates a package in the current version. No, that's just a comment we added. So we're actually calling that here in our init. That's cool. Huh. And then look at this. Package parser has a number of nice functions, like for example, validate package structure. Yeah, we want, definitely. Validate version, validate package name, validate package info. Does this do everything for us? Yes, it seems it does everything for us. It does the validate package structure. Why doesn't it do validate version though? Where's that done? Validate the rest of the package info last. So this actually happens when package info is read in. It gets validated. So what we can do actually is do I really want to do that? Well, I'm gonna have to do it this way anyway. Thanks WA1D3mar. Why Waldemar? I guess Waldemar. Advice on how to start programming. Well, watch videos of other people programming. That's how I started. Basically. Okay, getting back into this. Yeah. Problem with this is problem I'm having here is I have a bit of a chicken and egg problem, because if I read the package info of a package, this function here will validate it, and it will start giving messages about its validity. And I could simply just read the package info, but I do want to know whether it's valid. I think the best way would be if I introduced some something in here. Validate package name. Is an error to specify that. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, creating tutorials for people who have never programmed before is a bit challenging, I would say. But I think actually it would be quite cool to teach people how to program from scratch on Twitch, because then you could get live questions, you know? So if someone doesn't understand, you could just explain. Although then that's kind of like, you're basically becoming a lecturer at that point. But it is a bit of a more chill setting, I guess, than an actual classroom. Nim is the best language for everything. Just saying. I think just about every language has something that can confuse newbies, really. Huh. I think, Frederick, I think we learned programming the same way. I learned it exactly the same way as well. Using, I think it was MSDN, where they did like a series on what was it called? Let's look it up. go down memory lane a bit. I created this thing based on this thing, on this tutorial series. I think this was it. Yeah, this is how I learned how to program. I basically took the source code for this and I started modifying it. And actually I learned it in Visual Basic, not C#. And then I decided to create my own research helper, which you can download. Oh, stupid CNET thing. Which I built.
Welcome to download.
Okay, what the hell is this? I'm sure you can find screenshots. Oh yeah, here's my really shitty website from back then. See that? Those were the days when I could even barely speak English. But anyway. I think I've seen that as well, the RSS reader in C#. So yeah, I think we definitely did learn from like similar things, if not the same. Which is pretty cool. Which is also the reason why I kind of want to make videos about Nim. I think it's a lot more accessible for people than just reading a book. But of course now we have both, since I'm making videos and I've already made a book. So, anyway. Let's continue with this. Let's just try it. Write some tests. Really, that's the best way to do it, I think. Where's my code here? Check. And yeah, read package info. Package parser, Nimble file. Damn it. How do I find the Nimble file in the current directory? Basically, when you're editing Nimble code, just mostly assume that there is a function for everything. Like, there you go. Find Nimble file, right, in the current directory. And there you go. And then I can just pass it in. And pass it options as well. It's what it needs. And the option only minimal info, yeah, it should be false. I wanted to read the whole thing. Yeah, I would say that Nim suggest is already not too bad. It's already very good. What would be nice is to have a proper IDE for Nim. And also some, I think PMunch is working on some nice UI stuff. But obviously getting the CM usability as Visual Studio is very difficult. Like, I don't really think any other language replicates this at all. So if you manage to replicate it for Nim, that would be really awesome. So undeclared identifier read package info. not good. It's not good at all. Why is that? Oh, it's actually not exported. Whoops. Okay, I see what's going on here. This actually wraps it and then catches the validation error for us. So, I really think I'm gonna have to end up exporting this function and just using it. Or I could. I'm talking about replicating the visual editor, the visual GUI editor that Visual Studio has. Yeah, Visual Studio. First class support for Nimble Visual Studio would be really awesome. Get package info from file. Get the packages. Yeah, let's just do another function in here and call it validate. And then let's return what should we return? Shall I return the validation error? Or shall we use options like in the other thing? See, the problem I have right now is that I have a module called options here, so I can't actually import the standard library options module, which is pretty bad. So I think what I'll do is I will return Boolean and actually, nah, let's just do this. I probably won't get multiple of them. Will I? Probably not. Nah, let's do bool. There's always going to be one validation error. I'm not going to bother to get it to give you multiple. So error var. Whoa, why is everything so slow? Var validation error equals read package info file options, and we will catch any errors here. And then we will simply do this. I mean, I don't think we really need to cast it, do we? That, and return false. Otherwise, we return true. Yeah. Oh, okay. P-Monk. That's cool. It's a really cool surname to have as well. So I do have to cast it. Let's just use the brand new, what is validation error as exception. Oh, what? Go to rev validation error by expected validation error. Huh. Well, that's a bit of a mouthful here. Okay. Or we can just do, let's just do this. I think you're kind of jumping the gun a bit. You're Danico. I don't think he actually wants to do that. I think he's just creating a macro for it, as far as I know. So when we're validating, we probably actually also want to get the package info at the same time. So there we go. What do you mean? Okay, this is really slow. Okay, and then we can go in here. We can have error, ref validation error, and we can have package info. And then if validate Nimble file, error, package info. So if validation succeeds, then we want to display success. And then we want to write package info dot. Oh, nice. Dot. Actually, no, this is totally wrong. This is totally wrong. This is not giving me good. Yeah, it's not giving me good auto completion at all, unfortunately, in this case. That said, Nimble is quite a beast of a program. Anyway, package info is valid. Go for that. Otherwise, we can steal the code from here and sort of adjust it a little bit. So, I think all validation errors have hints, maybe not. Actually, I can already see I'm making a mistake here. Yeah, this fails then. So here's how we'll do it. Try result equals false. Oh my god, this is killing my performance. If validation result. Any exceptions, then we display a failure. Although we won't know the package name, will we? Okay. Could not validate package. And then... Actually, I remember how to do this, I think. Raise Nimble error. Could not validate package. N get current exception message. Yep. What's the problem here? Okay, that's just validation there. Okay. I think I'm gonna kill this because it's really, honestly, way too power hungry, this WebDriver, unfortunately. And then I give it okay, this should work, I think. It's taking it a while to... Yeah, I think I know why my CPU usage is so high. It's because nimsuggest is probably having to recompile the whole thing. And Nimble is large. So takes a toll on my CPU, unfortunately. Which is a bit annoying. But let's see. Let's create some tests to test this out. At the very bottom, do a suite check command. Test can succeed package. I don't know, I've got some packages here. I think this one is fine. binary package, yeah. So cd binary package, and then we just basically do this stuff here. We want success in there. We want it to quit with success. And let's just test it manually first. So let's compile it. Which is going to take a while. Okay. Let's check Nimble's. Huh. Didn't do anything. What? That's weird. Validation result. WTF. Oh. That's very weird. Okay, so it's... Oh, I know why. Priority. Oh, actually, this needs to be success. High priority. Otherwise, it gets gobbled up. This needs to be an error, actually. And this needs to be... Yeah, it needs to be a win. Error here as well. Let's compile again. Yay! It works. Yeah, stuff's fairly easy. I don't really like this code, to be honest. It's a bit shitty. There's too many var parameters, but I think it's okay. Let's add some more stuff into this test. And it's valid, so we want to see binary package is valid in there. And we can actually run just this. I think we can run just this suite. So I go into tests, and then I do nimcr tester, and then I give it check command. It should only run that test. Or maybe not. Definitely works for tests, though. I think it might not work for suites just yet. Yep, there we go. And it's not working because the specified directory does not contain a .nimble file for some reason. Oh, sorry. I need to also go into v1. Let's do that. The reason it takes so long is because it recompiles Nimble every single time, just to make sure it always tests the latest version. Cool. So that works. We should also check. Oh, cool. We've got some. Interesting. We've got some nice packages here for testing of this already, which is very handy. So this should work. So let's just test all of it, really. I think that's a good idea. So we want package structure, and we want A, and we want this again. I could probably get rid of this duplication, but it's tests. It doesn't need to be perfect, right? So in this case, it's going to be D is valid, A is valid, C is valid. I think. Yep. Then X is going to be incorrect. This is really the big thing I want to test. Nice job, VS Code. So we want a failure here. And so let's just test it ourselves. Package structure X. Boom, boom, boom. Check. See what happens. Well, that's a fail. That's a massive fail right here. Does Nimble actually contain the compiler, or does it just invoke? It actually does contain the compiler. That's why it takes so long to run. And it's also why it's such a big binary, right? Let me do 6.5 megs just for the binary. All I can say is this wasn't my idea. But anyway. Man, I'm really tired. Streaming really tires you out. So, what are we doing here? Reading the package info. Validate package info, what does it do? Raise new validation error, and it should be fine. Validate package structure. Raise new validation error, yeah. I don't know what the hell it's doing. But it's not. Really weird. Why is it giving me the warning? I'm not reading the package. Okay, once again, let's debug it, right? Error. And then we're gonna have to compile it again. Like this. which takes a while because it's compiling the compiler as well. No, it's not getting a validation error. That's really strange. What the hell is printing my validation error? Because it really shouldn't be. This is really strange. Actually, I know how to check what's going on here. Go to CLI, go into display, echo, get current stack trace. I think this is a good tip. Okay, it's not that function. What is it called? Get stack trace. Okay. And then we'll know what's calling the display, and we'll be able to figure out what's going on. Okay, so oh, I see. Oh man, that's really annoying. It's really, really annoying. Man. This is a tad tricky, sadly. Because it's executing a hook. Oh man. And then it caches the Nimble script file, and so it doesn't print the error anymore. Do I do this then? Let's see, it executes a hook here. What do you want me to explain? Why I call it printing? Well, I'm gonna be doing debugging. I'm gonna be debugging as a. I mean, there's different ways to debug. It's not just stepping through code using a debugger. You can also debug code by just using print statements. At least that's the way I see it. So, really, the only idea I have is to prevent these warnings from showing up. Disable validation. And, yeah. Oh, the hooks. Yeah, so the hooks are used for, like, when you have in your Nimble script file, you can write before install do this. So then, like, maybe I can show you. Because I think we've got tests for this. Nim script. Yeah, see? Before hooks, right? And then when you run Nimble hooks, it'll echo first, echo middle, and so on. But in order to do that, it has to read the Nimble file. And then obviously it validates the Nimble file and gives you a warning, and so on, which is not what we want, unfortunately. So that's a bit annoying. So where is this used? Okay, that's a bit of a shame. What about... Yeah, the check command, well, it should, because maybe you want to do something with that, but it shouldn't validate it. Yeah, I think it's fine for it to run the hooks. It just shouldn't validate the file, I think, is the point. So I don't know. How should I do this? I could disable the hooks for it. Because are you really gonna want to? Yeah. I think I will just do that because who's gonna wanna implement hooks for this, really? And if somebody does, then whatever. So I think what I'll do is I will do no hook actions, and then I'll do action check. Can I have a set in a const? That would be nice. Actually, I think what we could do is put this in options, and then yeah, let's just do that. For certain commands, hooks should not be evaluated. I think that's a worthy compromise. What do you guys think? Oh no. How? Oh. I see. Action of kind is what I want. Oh man, another 3-hour stream. I think once this works, I'm gonna finish. Oh, come on. What is it then? Is it... Oh, that's helpful. Is it tip? I think that's what it is. I'm just gonna assume it is. Yeah, looks like it. Good. Okay. Yay, it works. Yeah. Sadly, Nimble is becoming quite large, and these kinds of things do show up. But yeah, that seems to be working. I think the test will now work as well. All right. Let's create a new test for this. Can fail package. Oh, because it's still looking for quit success, isn't it? I don't quit failure in this case. And we also don't want to see as valid in there, of course not. We want package X has an incorrect structure. Yeah. And failure, yeah. And also let's add in, oops. Let's add this in as well. And that should be it. Yeah. We can copy this into the README. There we go. I think we can actually. Well, seems good. Seems good enough for documentation. This still fails. No. Exit code was 0. What? That's not right. So we have to fix quit failure. Oh man. Yeah, totally. In order to get the markdown correct, I think it needs to be indented correctly. Like was done here. But I don't know. Doesn't matter too much. Okay, so that works. So I think this is fine. Quite a bit of changes just for this simple I need to remove this. Where is it? There it is. And yeah, I think that's everything. So, implements, check, command. Phew. Oh man, okay guys. I think this is me. Oh, I feel like I've been streaming for far too long. Thank you for joining, and I hope you've learned something. I'll try to come up with some more exciting things to show off. And you guys always have Andreas' stream to look forward to, so that will be happening probably tonight, and I'll probably host him on my channel as well, so should be good. Yeah, glad it was fun. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you guys again, hopefully. Bye bye.